All right. You're listening to podcast on Half Top Rose. We have here two professional young lady here. Come to our show. Just want you to know this is gonna be recorded and gonna be on YouTube. You okay, right? Consent for that? Okay. Just want to be sure everybody understand that. Okay. So why don't we start it? Introduce each part of yourself and what's your profession? Yeah. Mia, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so right now, well, my name is Mia. I'm originally from the Greensboro High Point area, and I'm currently working in the mortgage industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, my name's Angela Graham. I'm pretty much in the process of starting my acting career.
Mm-hmm.
So just doing some workshops and little online classes for that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
starting,
so you two are in Croydon, right? So how you two both met? How you met each other?
So we actually met on a dating app. We met on Tinder. We're one of the few success stories. So we actually met online.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So it's like a dating app.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You heard
All
of
right.
Tinder before?
But how did each other catch the first time? You must have so many people on the dating profile. So how did she catch you?
You
Mia?
can
You
go.
want me to start or?
I can start. It's fine.
Okay.
So basically, it's one of those apps where you just, you swipe if you like them, swipe the other way if you don't like
Right.
them. And then so I guess we connected in that way. And I was just going through my matches, and she actually reached out to me first, just on casual stuff like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because I like a good conversation, so that definitely helped. I hate when people, jump right into things like, "Oh, you want
Mhm.
to come over?" I'm just like, "Hold on, you don't even know my name." But yeah, you can share your side.
Oh yeah. So I
how
had the
about how about Angela? Angela, right?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, how did Mia catch you?
Well, okay, my first thought when I first seen her profile, when I was just swiping on a random like Friday or Saturday, and then she came across my phone, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to sit here and think she wouldn't reply, so then I ain't gonna have no chance for myself at all. So I just pretty much just shoot my shot and just said, hey, let's just start off with a casual
Mhm.
conversation, see what goes from there. 2 days later, she finally replied. I'm like, so other than that, we first met in person like September 27th, I believe.
Oh wow,
Uh-huh.
you remember the date.
2007 or
Yeah.
17?
September 27th.
2018.
2007. You're talking about 2007 or 17?
No, it was 2018.
2018.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's like a very young. Okay, so 2018. Okay, so it's like about 3 years. Do I
Mm-hmm.
Close to
mess
it.
right?
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
Okay, and then how did that begin with like friendship kind of thing or kind of like same thing like a first attraction?
Well, she moved in.
What?
So she moved. We actually started living together after like what, like I'd say about 3 weeks. We were kind of seeing each other pretty frequently. So it went from like maybe 2, 3 times a week to like almost every day, to where I was just like, at this point we might as well, try and find a place for ourselves, live together. So we moved
Yeah.
pretty quick in that sense. We can share a little
Yeah, I
bit.
was hoping and praying to God she didn't think at first that I just wanted to meet her just because she had her own place. Because at the time I was staying at my
Mm-hmm.
mom's, my stepdad's apartment, and then I don't know. I guess on the first night I just had to make that very clear to her, so I'm not sending any like like messages or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So um, other than that, yeah, like the energy and the bond just kept coming closer as many times we hung out with each other every day,
Mm-hmm.
and then
So do you
after that,
remember what's your first gift for each other?
you said
First
what
My
gift.
again?
first.
Yeah, first gift.
Mm,
Why you
okay,
give the gift and what's the first one? You remember, right? It's not a quiz, because I don't
Yeah.
know the answer. You got to let me know.
It's like trivia. But
Yeah.
I know my first gift to her, I'm pretty sure it was food of some sort. Oh, I know what it was. So Angie, she loves calamari. So I actually had ordered food one day and just didn't tell her. And then she was like, "Who's knocking on the door?" And I was like, "I don't know, go see." And it was food for her. I got her calamari, a little bit of her favorite desserts and everything like that. Yeah, it definitely counts as a gift. I consider food a gift.
That's
So
A food is a gift for the first
yeah,
time?
food is a gift,
Interesting. All right, how about Angela? What did you give to Mia?
Um, okay, I feel like I remember it because I just pictured like a whole smiley face because I think you was going to work when you was working across the street at UNC, and I just decided to get her some wings, and
Yeah.
then I had some candy left over from my mom's because sometimes I would go over there just to check on the folks to see how they doing and come back over to her. So I'm like, let me try to do something special for her, just something out the blue. So I just got a few like Reese's cup and Snickers, and then I bought some wings, and then I pretty much just put it in the shape of a smiley face on her bed when she got out the shower. And I was just sitting there waiting. I'm like, I just can't wait till she get out the shower.
Yeah, I was very happy. Food is definitely the way to my heart. So.
Oh, you both give each other food for the first gift. How interesting.
I was in school too. Money wasn't,
Right.
readily
Very
available.
special. All right, so we're gonna give a little bit quiz here. We have a like I mentioned before, we have a single club and we have a kind of application kind of going. So I want to ask a couple of general questions, see how you two answer that question. So first question would be, what's your family value? Mia first.
Just like general family values.
Yeah. What do you think about the family value? What the family value to you? How are you gonna have build a house, a home with Angela? How is the family gonna be built in?
Yeah, great question. So just speaking like, material wise, of course, working my way up to, financial stability. I want to do that before we even think about, maybe having kids one day. I was looking into adopting because I personally don't want to carry kids if I don't have to, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I want to be financially stable and just so I can be able to give them everything that I wanted when I was growing up that I couldn't have. And planning for their future ahead of time and having a nice house, preferably somewhere hot because the cold is not for me. But yeah, that's pretty much the base of my family values, and I really value quality time. Spending time with each other. That's definitely one of my love languages. And also being able to give, whether that be like gifts, whether that be food, anything. Being able to have that stability to be able to reach back out to not just like people in my immediate family, but people around me.
Let's see. And then how about Angela? What's your family value?
Oh, excuse me. Family values. When you say that, the first thing that kind of just popped up in my head was in the next like 5 or 10 years, I could see it's most definitely like being in a bigger place and having like a different financial status that's with us and everything. Of course, I know we've been talking about having a dog at first, and then I know we'll work our way up at some point with kids.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I already have like 2 nephews. My brother has 2 sons and stuff, so I already have like a good like heart and connection with kids. I know there's other things personally I need to work on mentally, but I know I'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, because both of you are still very young, so try to kind of build up for that. How about friendship? What do you feel by friendship? Your friend, her friend kind of thing. Mia?
So kind of along the lines like what makes a good friendship?
Yeah, and plus it's about male and female. You have your male friend and female friend, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. So with friendships, like I'm definitely open to having friendships in a relationship. I feel like it's healthy and it's important. As long as, I trust Angie. So I mean, you can have as many friends as you want, whoever you want, as long as you don't disrespect, our relationship. But yeah, friendships is really important to have those boundaries set.
Right.
Like say you have something planned, we have something planned, and then maybe a friend is like, oh, well, let's do this instead. I'm just like, well, we kind of, have going on. So just setting those boundaries is really important to me in friendships.
I see. So it's basically just like a extension of the family value too. How about Angela? What will happen if she has a more guy friend? She attracted to the guy friends.
Guy friends.
Yeah,
I know me personally. I know I've had some like other rough times before in the past with my exes before when it came down to friendships. Because me personally, I'm 100% cool with that. Like, because I wouldn't want you to be with me and not be able to hang out and just kick it with your friends. Because I mean, absence is always good a little bit in a
Mhm.
relationship too. That way you don't always feel like you're smothering them so much,
Mhm.
and you got a respect for their space too. So, um, but as far as like with guy friends and how that is like today, I mean, I'm cool with it as long as y'all have like a respect boundary and
Mhm.
stuff. There shouldn't be any problems. Like, but yeah,
So when you have a relationship, just a scenario, when you have relationship issue, who do you give it? Who do you go to first? You know, like when you two fight, you know, just scenario, you two fight. So which one would be what? Who you would go into? Mia. If you fight
Well,
with Angela, who you go to?
well, it depends. It depends on the type of fight first. Like,
Okay.
you have little fights where
Uh,
you don't talk to each other for a little bit. But then if you have those big fights, I'll definitely probably go to my best friend and be like, you'll never guess what Angie did,
uh-huh.
It's a vent, but most of the time I do try to keep, like what we have going on in our relationship private. And just trying to handle it amongst us, like whether that's just taking a breather for a little bit and then coming back to the conversation later. But we don't do too much of that because we try to communicate as much as we can, even
Mhm.
if it's uncomfortable. And I feel like that helps a lot in terms of arguments and
oh
things of
yeah.
that
Mhm.
nature. But,
So when you fight, Angela, did you go say sorry first or Mia first? Who say sorry first?
hmm.
I feel like I have a puppy heart. So I feel like I would just, I'm sorry, baby, I'll buy you some food or something.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
So I
probably the
guess
last.
Angela say sorry first mostly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you two are very happy to be together and find each other, and it's been 3 years. So what's your next goal gonna be in a relationship wise? How do you meet each other's family yet? You know,
Mhm.
bring
Yeah,
her
we met each
home.
other.
So you both
Yeah,
already see each other, and all family has been seeing each other. So
yeah.
it's
So
already in a family level, like
mhm.
family friend level.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Like we've met each other's cousins. Like once you meet the cousins, I feel like it's a
Mhm.
done deal. But yeah, next step is really just to continue building, the
Mhm.
foundation that we started already, like filling it with more love, more light, and then just become materially just like Angie was talking about earlier, moving
Mhm.
into a much larger space, just so we can start building like our own family, like outside of like the family we grew up with. But I want to like our space is so small, like I can't even explain it. Like I don't even like to invite people over.
Mhm.
But like next step would definitely be getting a big place so we can, actually have more events with other like our friends and things like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So currently you two are already living together, right? The situation.
Mhm. In the
Okay.
Yes,
apartment, yeah.
Yeah. And then what's your career goal here? Like Layla go up. So you both have enough education to for your fulfill your career already, right? Since we
Mhm.
connect to Lincoln.
Right.
And
Yes.
then so next level would be building your experience to the work field and then go up to different direction. So you're gonna
Mhm.
stay in the local region mostly?
Um.
we're gonna try to move like
Yeah.
somewhere away from the university
Uh-huh.
area,
Mhm.
because I strongly believe we're both kind of like at that place in our lives where we're kind of like we're cool with kicking it with friends and stuff, but partying every Saturday night, eh, okay,
You're too
yeah,
old for
it's
that.
Oh,
like okay,
okay.
But yeah, get
yeah.
away from the school area because I've been over here so long, like since 2015, because I came here for
Uh-huh.
school and I knew it the best. So I just like lived in 3 different apartments in the area since then. I'm just like, okay, it's time for a change. You need to go to
Uh-huh.
at least a different side of Charlotte firstly. And then
Uh-huh.
after that, maybe we'll look at another state.
Okay. And then next will be what you suggest to the audience about the build a relationship. What will you suggest? What we suggest for them?
You mean what do I suggest for
Yeah,
them?
like give advice for the relationship because you two are together right now. Yeah.
Okay. Especially with this generation being the fact like everyone's just plugged in with social media. My first biggest thing is just treat people how you want to be treated. I just
Mm-hmm.
go with like anything I do with jobs. with like activities or just simple stuff in the house. So just treat people how you would want to be treated, and just know that after you express your true feelings to that person, you'll see the real side of them, and that will honestly show you the position you're really about to be in. So,
Mhm.
but other than that, just be you. Um, Communicate. Yeah, communicate is the biggest part because I feel like, especially with this generation, people are so caught up with posting and tweeting stuff first or
Mhm.
talking to friends before going to their significant other. Because
Mm.
I understand how that side it felt at some point in our relationship where I would go back and talk to my best friend Allison. She has 2 kids, but we talk like on the phone. Like
Mhm.
I would talk to her and one of my other friends first before I would come and talk to her. And then just her reaction from that kind of told me like, okay, I need to chill out with that. I need to do something different because that's kind of a smack in her face. Like she literally just asked me, what's wrong with me? And how come I can't able to answer her with that first before going to them. So I really do say communication.
Mhm. Communication. How about Mia?
Yes, so just to piggyback off of Angie a little bit, definitely communication, whether that I feel like people take communications like, oh, like when something's wrong, I'm gonna tell them. Like, no, it's so much deeper than that.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, like say, you know, say Angie was supposed to cook tonight and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden she doesn't and she didn't tell me. Now what are we gonna eat? Because
Right.
Angie didn't tell me she was gonna cook, And then like simple stuff like that. And also just, being able to when you do have those concerns to be able to express them in a healthy way without it being an argument.
Mhm.
Because it's definitely a difference between a disagreement and having an argument with somebody. I feel like there's
Right.
a way to have a conversation without getting, too emotionally invested.
Exactly.
And also just, staying patient because a lot of people I feel like try to rush getting into relationships, try to rush
Mhm.
love, and it's not fair to either party because it's like, yeah, you do want that thing so bad, but if it's not the right person,
Don't
then
force it.
it's
Mhm.
not gonna work.
Right.
Mm. Just a couple of things, more serious topic here. How you two dealing with the COVID? You live together, so it's like how you isolate each other in the
Well, we do
beginning.
spend a lot more time with each other.
Yeah. Definitely.
um, Other than that, I feel like we kind of been like more interested lately in cooking different like food or meal preps. That's one thing I can say I noticed a lot, which is actually like an adventurous thing for me. So I mean, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
cool.
So the COVID was not affected to you much at the time. Your friend and family, they are isolated. Last
Oh
year
yeah,
was really, did that give you will you spend more time together, right? Because of COVID, right? That was force everybody to, close each other out because there was no activity, sometimes a curfew. So
oh yeah.
force everybody in. So how do you like to stay 24/7 to each other?
I mean, I don't feel like it's ever like 24/7,
Yeah.
24/7. Cause like even though I'm working from home now, it's kind of like, especially if I have like my headset, it's like I'm in my own little world. So
Uh-huh.
even though like I can see Angie like right over there,
Yeah,
Right.
and working out sometimes too.
yeah, it's
So
like we still that kind of counts as like being away from each other in a way because I'm so invested in what I'm doing over here and she's invested in what she has going on over
Mm-hmm.
there. So I'll say in that sense, like especially like getting back into like a real like 9 to 5 swing of things has
Mm-hmm.
definitely, brought that like work life relationship balance back into space. Cause I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna lie, I love my
Mm-hmm.
alone time, my space sometimes. And she gets that about me. And that's
mm,
cool. I'm glad she understands that it doesn't take it personal. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's
yeah.
healthy to have that separation, especially with COVID. Like I
Oh
know
yeah.
divorce rates have been skyrocketing because
Mm-hmm.
you're forced to have to confront all those things that you used to be able to
Right.
run from,
And it's
when you
good
went
for
to
your
work.
mental health too,
Yeah.
individually.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you want to
Okay,
be
another serious topic about your is don't want talking about the college, is your ratio. When you talk about there's so much about Black matters, Black life matters. What do you have any thought about that? Being very strong, challenging about that topic. Do you two feel like on side for it or what? Do you think people are too, yeah? Is that too serious?
I
I
mean,
know this is kind of very serious, but I just want to kind of know about your opinion about it.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I'll start. So I definitely align with, the Black Lives Matter,
Mhm.
movement, because, it gets to a point where you get tired of, fighting the same fights that have been fought
Mhm.
since the 60s and even before that. And even though, like, I'm not gonna lie, things are much different than they were like in the 60s and everything at the
Mhm.
onset of the civil rights movement, but we're still dealing with we're using the same rhetoric still. So
Mhm.
it's like better, like it's kind of like a band-aid on it, but not like completely fixed. And I don't feel like until we're able to have these conversations, even just like this,
Mhm.
people being willing to talk and exchange and dialogue without getting upset to the point where it's an argument. I
Mhm.
feel like it's really healthy in getting that word out and making it not, because a lot of people, they be like, oh, when you say Black Lives Matter, that's
Mhm.
dividing
Right.
everybody. Like, it's not dividing. We just want our experiences to be heard,
Mhm.
Right.
and I really just feel like that's what it comes down to, just being open and willing to hear other people's different experiences. Because the thing is,
Mhm.
you don't have to accept what they say is truth, and they don't have to accept what I say is truth.
Mhm.
But the fact that we can talk about it and share our own experience, because the thing is, I can't argue with your experience,
Right.
and you can't argue with
Mhm.
my the day. But
Exactly.
I'll let you go
How
ahead.
about Angela? I know
Yeah,
it's a
go
little
ahead.
bit serious, but just I think audience want to know about it.
Yeah, but just going along from what Mia said too, I feel like if most people really just took the time to understand other people's like differences and stuff like that, then you wouldn't be so entitled with what you believe in, because
Mhm.
that can go along with politics, that can just go along with anything. Because if your mind is already set on that, oh, it's just white lives matter and everything like that, then only time will tell where your mindset is going to take you at with anything else you're dealing with like business wise,
Mhm.
relationship. That's the type of mindset you have, not being able to understand someone else's point of view, you know.
Mhm.
So of course I'm with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, but I'm still willing enough to hear other people's like opinions and stuff like that, just to be fair, because I know at the end of the day, if I'm saying something how I truly feel about it, I would want you to at least listen to what I gotta
Mhm.
say. You ain't gotta like post it or tweet it or do whatever with it, but I mean, at least just have some type of respect, you know.
Mhm.
That's all it is mutual respect.
I see. And then one more thing, the last thing is, do you two do the community together, like men and volunteer or something together? Ever work together before? Like, like maybe basketball, nonprofit or whatever. Have you two worked together as a community before?
Well, I'll say we haven't really worked together for a community like fundraiser type event.
Right.
But my past job, I did actually work for a company that helped charities get
Mhm.
funding for their fundraising efforts, like door to door. Like we would knock on the door and be like, hey, you want to help out some kids,
Mhm.
that type of thing, all over the world, Save the Children, Feed the Children, UNICEF. But as of not yet, but we haven't really done like a big like nonprofit type of event. Of course,
Mhm.
we both try to donate where we can and things of that nature, and spread the word on social media where we can. 'Cause that's a whole new type of activism nowadays.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, not as of yet. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Is the most I have right now is just like I know I signed up for like color of change, so I check my email daily just to see, and plus they notify me every day, so
Mhm.
with like different things that are like coming up and other things I can like vote on
Mhm.
whatever they have posted up,
Okay.
and certain things I would see like posted on Instagram, and just just to keep the word spread and anything, because
Mhm.
any little helps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. So maybe next time we can be able to talk about what kind of volunteer experience we can gather together in the Charlotte area. And keep up the good work, girls. And thank you so much for coming up. And nice meeting you, Angela. And Mia, nice to see you for the first time. So maybe we can have more communication next time. And keep up the work. Have a good night, you both. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.